Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday to all. We're here with the Rocky Mount Area Chamber of Commerce with another edition of the Friday Roll Call. This morning, we're going to be talking with different area organizations that are really wonderful community advocates. They help with different niches in the community, but make a huge impact. We're going to start with OIC of Rocky Mount with Dr. Tisa Roberts. OIC is a wonderful organization, not just here, but in our entire region. They deal with jobs, education, and health. They have over 9,000 patients, 400 students, and 25,000 people annually that they serve. So Dr. Roberts is going to tell us about some of their programs, any kind of upcoming events that you have going on, and just a little bit about how you guys have changed during COVID. I'm sure there's been a huge influx of need, and some of that might look a little different than it usually has. So Dr. Roberts, welcome, and thank you for being here this morning, and tell us about OIC.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here on behalf of OIC. I am the medical director for the Family Medical Center at OIC. And some of the things we've been doing during COVID is we have a huge push to keep our staff and to keep our patients safe. So we've started to do some telemedicine where we'll see people, remotely. If you have a front-facing camera or a computer with a camera, we'll happily see you from the comforts of your home. So that's one huge thing. We are mandating that people wear masks. So we are a big mask push. Remember that masks not only save you, but they save other people. And now's the time to really slow down this spread of COVID, and let's just mask up. The sooner we get it over with, I'm sure we can slow this COVID down and get back to normal. We are offering testing. We have the event center parking lot, as well as we have a mobile unit that's doing testing. The event center is 2 to 4. It's drive up, and we're doing some Saturdays. So just bring your ID, your insurance card if you have it, and let us get that testing done. It's easy. We are actually doing the kit where we are testing the anterior nair, meaning the right here on the right inside the nose. We are not doing the test where we're going all the way up to people say is your brain. So if you're scared of that, come see us. We want to get you tested. This can keep our Rocky Mount healthy, okay? The other things we do, OIC was founded about 50 years ago in education and training. We are still doing education and training. So if you for whatever reason lost your job or you're looking for a new career, we have dental assisting, we have CNA training. We'll help anybody who doesn't have their GED get a GED. We have construction, we have road construction. We can put you back to work. If you're looking for a trade or just trying to get back on your feet, come look at OIC, right? We're just not health. We're trying to make sure that you as an entire person is healthy. So please come check out our job training. If you happen to have had some issues with the law and you've been incarcerated, well, guess what? We have a program for that as well. So don't feel like all is lost because maybe you've done some things in your younger years that got you in some trouble and it's hard to get work. OIC can help you get back to work with that too. So we don't want you to give up because those couple of things have happened to you. If you're looking for a primary care, I actually still practice. I have a great team of providers behind me. Don't hesitate to come see us. OIC is your one-stop shop. We're here to help people help themselves and improve the community. So whether it's education, jobs, healthcare, testing to get you back to work or to start a new job or because you're worried, let's get it. Let OIC be that resource for you that we know we are. When you have nothing else, we say, you always have OIC.
Thank you very much, Dr. Roberts. If anybody is out there that's listening that you just don't know what that next step is, you want to do something, you want to better yourself, maybe you've had a layoff, you didn't finish school like you said, that first step, give you guys a call. They can help direct you. They can help guide you to the next step and the next step. And then before you know it, you've got momentum. I know that you all are wonderful partners of the community. You are at different health fairs, and like you said, your mobile unit is always on the go, which is very important. A lot of people may not have transportation to get important medical testing. So everybody, OIC of Rocky Mount, I know Desiree was putting up their information, but please give them a call if you need any kind of, again, job training, education, progression or completion, as well as medical care, a general practitioner, or just give them a call and they'll help guide you. Yay, William. He's still connecting a little bit. Can you hear us, William? Maybe, okay, we're gonna maybe go to Tri-County Industries and maybe let William get to a better place. He looks like he's driving, so thank you for taking us with you on your journey. Another wonderful community advocate with us today is Tri-County Industries of Rocky Mount with Lisa Wooten. Tri-County is a really unique business or organization that takes handicapped or disabled people and helps put them back to work, job training, vocational programs, production services, community outreach. We partner with a lot of industry in our area and elsewhere to help provide unique jobs with packaging. I know here at Allegra, we've had a young gentleman come through that had finished his print production training, and he came through the shop and got some hands-on work with that. So Lisa, tell us how Tri-County has helped the community, what you do, and kind of where you've seen your need grow over this time.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having Tri-County as a part of this roll call today. As you mentioned, we are a facility who assists individuals with disabilities. I do have a short presentation, if it would be okay to share that with you.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a try here. All right, can everyone see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. All right. Okay, so our mission is to help enhance the lives of people who are disabled or disadvantaged through a variety of different programs. And the way we do that is to partner with local businesses, as Erin said. Our programs, we have a work training program, and that involves vocational assessment, community-based assessment, in-facility work training, employment coaching services, and community inclusion. Now, community inclusion is a service that we have integrated just specifically for COVID-19. We partner with vocational rehab, so all the participants in our work training program are referred through vocational rehab. Some referrals through DSS, but the majority are through vocational rehab. And the community inclusion is about training these individuals about the differences due to COVID-19. For example, when you go into Lowe's home improvement store now, there are X's on the floor. What do those mean? People with disabilities may not, they might have a harder time comprehending these changes. Why do you have to wear a mask? What does it mean to be 6 feet apart? Why do we need those in place right now? So those changes, how to advocate for yourself during this time, how to access healthcare during this time, making sure they have all the resources they need. The Adult Developmental Vocational Program, that's our long-term in-facility program. Of course, we did have to shut down completely for about 2 months, I think, 2 to 3 months. And we were, of course, we did not have any of those clients in the building, but we were able to get a grant from the North Carolina Developmental Disabilities Association, and that helped with providing care packages to clients, going out and doing home deliveries, making sure they had some healthy foods to eat, some fresh fruits and vegetables and things like that, some snack foods. We were also able to get some activities that could benefit them at home, maybe some exercise things, some sports equipment, things like that, and get those out to people's homes. So it's been quite a challenge to make those adjustments and to educate our clients on what's happening, what the changes are, why we have to make those changes. We have started back as of July the 6th. We have clients back in the building. However, we have a very limited number. It's probably about 1/10 of the actual clients that we have.
Wow.
So we're keeping everyone 6 feet apart, of course. Everybody has their temperature taken at the front before they even come in the building. They have to wear a mask when they're inside. We're doing some additional education and just repetition on hand washing, sanitizing your work areas, things like that. So it's been hard, but so here are some ideas about the assessment program, what we do for the assessments. So I'm just gonna, I know I have very limited time, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what these assessments actually look like when they're being done. So we had Miss Ellen Thomas model for us. Thank you, Miss Ellen. And these are some of the testing supplies that we have to see, what about dexterity? Are there any physical limitations? What about eye-hand coordination, switching hands with things, seeing how you do with frustration? How far can you go without getting frustrated, especially in the top left video right here. That thing moves pretty quick. I've tried it. It moves pretty quickly. So how well do you do with that? How fast can you turn over the blocks in the bottom? So we have a variety of different things. Here are some other tools that we use for the assessment. All right, and then we have the more details on the in-facility work training. This is a short-term program. VR it used to be 6 months, and now it's down to about 3 months, because there is a push for people with disabilities to be more in the community. So they have a shorter in-facility training program, but this is an example of one of the jobs that a gentleman is doing, just putting the labels on the panels and then taping the screws to it. And some of this work is paid. It is piece rated, so they do get paid for the work that they do, even though it's a training program. So that helps out a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
We have specific classes like basic financial literacy, job seeking, keeping skills, resume building, how to prepare for an interview, things like that, and empowerment classes. Those are amazing. It's basically, how to be a better person, how to sometimes be a parent. We have single parents come in here, how to manage that. So that's part of our work training program. And then the employment coaching services, like I mentioned before, is outside of the facility. Of course, this has been greatly impacted as well due to COVID-19 because of the job market is way different now. The hiring, the unemployment rate is way different now. The need for certain jobs and certain types of employees is different. So we've had to adjust with this as well. And so if there's not specifically a large market for employment, we still take that time to work with our individuals on like I said, just preparing for the job, doing some of the interview skills and practicing those, and going out and meeting with employers, and just getting yourself out there, getting used to going out and meeting with people. This is, I really enjoy this video right here. This is the Adult Developmental Vocational Program again. But this individual is fairly limited to what production tasks they can do. But we were able to create this cool little jig. So the task is to cut these ties at 6 inches. Of course, that can be difficult for some individuals. So we developed this device where it measures for you, and it has a slot in there where she knows where to cut it. And they're exactly six inches. So I thought that was kind of neat. I had to show that. I had to show it off. So, and we are ISO registered, and we do have CARF accreditation, of course. So I wanted to include that. And then right now, Brenda Cogdale did retire in January. And then we had kind of a change in leadership, but she is serving as the interim president again. And so I think the board is in the process of doing some interviewing for president candidates. So if you know anybody that would be a good fit for us, please send them our way. And there's some contact information for us. So again, thank you so much for allowing me to share what we do at TCI and how the COVID-19 has impacted us. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Lisa. I know when we had our young man here that was trained at TCI, his name was Alex. He was very, very well prepared, very well spoken, presented himself great, had a resume. So you definitely have quality services and training that come out of there. So and we're definitely glad that you're back, I guess,
yes,
open to some capacity.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. So next we're going to be going to Keisha Spivey. She is with Ripple Effect. And you guys are kind of a community collaboration hub is how your website explains it, but you offer connecting people with different resources, life skills, case management, and you really address the whole person, the whole family. You do a tremendous amount of work with food delivery, transitional housing, and you really go out of your way to go to the community and meet people where they're at. So Keisha, tell us what you guys have been doing. I know that, again, during COVID, I'm sure the resource need has gone very, very high. And these organizations aren't just for people that need something. If you have time and you need to, or you would like to volunteer, or you have some type of help or resource that you can offer, any of these organizations would be a great place to start to offer your time and resources. So Keisha, tell us what you all do. I know you serve over 600 people a month, which is tremendous, especially annualized. So kind of expand on Ripple Effect.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity to share. Again, my name is Keisha Spivey, and I'm the Executive Director for Ripple Effects. Our office is located at 900 Forest Hill Avenue. We are right across from Hunter Hill Cafe. Our website, for those who would like to find out a little bit more about us, is rippleeffectsgroup.com. And our office number is 252-200-4885. And thank you, you did a great job. We are a community transformation organization, and we were doing some, I believe, some great things prior to COVID, but COVID has made us shift our perspective quite a bit. And I actually kind of have my shirt on. It's made us literally put our boots on the ground because we realized that there were a lot of people who were in need that were not going to be served. As a lot of people were kind of going into hibernation and kind of hunkering down, you know, senior citizens were the ones who needed to be helped, people with disabilities. Those were the people that were going to need the greatest service. And a lot of times the people serving those people were seniors. And so we've had to kind of adapt. Our organization prior to COVID, we centered in on a couple different components. The first one was we have a program called the Bridge Transitional Living Program, which is really geared toward housing homeless families. We believe in order to break cycles of desperation and hopelessness, you need to rally the entire family. For years, I worked with young people, and my frustration was you make progress with the young people. However, you could only go so far if no one was rallying around and supporting the parents. So the kids would get a little bit of help, but then the parents weren't able to get at home what they needed. So it was kind of beating your head up against the wall. And so what we did with the bridge is we bring the entire family into one of our properties, and our properties are fully furnished. Everything that they need down to appliances, they come in with just the clothes on their back, and we bring every resource we can, partner with other agencies in the city to make sure the family get what they need to break the cycles and to be able to move into a place of self-sufficiency, move into their own place. Our desire is to take them from homelessness to home ownership. And that's the process that we work for them. Right now we have 6 families that we are working with in housing. So we're excited about that. And each of them have, from our youngest, we actually have one that baby is 1 year old up till we have some students that are going away to college this year. So we're excited about that. Our other big program is we have what we call as the Recenter, which is where the main office is concerned. And what we're doing right now out of that errand that serves the community is what we offer is resource counseling. A lot of times people don't know where to go in the community to get what they need. Our county is filled with amazing agencies that do some great things, but if people don't know where to go, if they don't know what they are eligible for, if they don't know how to access things, it can be very frustrating. And so sometimes we think people are just lazy, but they just don't have the information. And so what we do at the Recenter is we offer resource counseling, and we offer like a hub for people to come in. What do you have going on? What do you need? And then we can help them connect to the agencies that are doing what they need, and connecting them with the referrals and connecting them to the places so they're not hopping around town or trying to keep telling their same story over and over again. We kind of come in and serve as an advocate for them to get connected to what they need so that they can move out of that place into where they're aiming to go. And that's for everyone, because so often we have people that are having some mental health issues, people dealing with depression, people needing help getting their medication paid for. So we can connect them with agencies that help with that, people that are struggling with utilities, people that are struggling with marital issues and children discipline issues, parenting issues. And so we connect them with the agencies that are doing that. No, we don't do all that in-house, but we are connected to people who do that. And also you mentioned our Serving Our Seniors program, which was something that we did a little bit prior to COVID. You know, we were serving about 10, 12, 15 families on an average month of just loving on seniors, making sure they had what they need. However, COVID quickly took that number up to 150. Which was not a planned event. And so what happened when the city kind of hunkered down, we start relying on community resources, businesses, churches, organizations, and we started delivering 150 weed care boxes a week to people that could not get out. We started, and these boxes included meat, produce, vegetables. It included canned items, and also personal care items like deodorant and toothpaste, dishwashing liquid, those toilet paper that people were fighting over, things that people needed. We started getting to them. In the month of July, we had to stop with some of the transportation because we didn't have a lot, the people were returning back to work. And so we still have some that we deliver to. We have some that pick up. We have several people in the city who adopted seniors. So we're now still averaging 110 people a week that we're still serving through Serving Our Seniors program. And so we have literally had over 2,700 weed care boxes in the last 21 weeks go into homes. And that's something that the community has done. It's been a collaborative effort of people coming together and doing what they can. Our biggest ask right now is we have this big goal where we're believing for 500 people in Nash and Edgecombe County to partner with Ripple Effects at $20 a month. Why are we doing that? Because we believe that the work that we do, people development, breaking these cycles of desperation and hopelessness, getting people opportunities to get to fresh starts, we believe it's a people responsibility. We believe those who have a responsibility to help those who don't. People who come through our program have a responsibility to turn around and give back, because that's how I believe we change the world. And so right now, if you're looking and asking how can you support Ripple Effects, go to our website, partner with us, $20 a month. Our mission is right now 1 in 500 to help us cover our operating costs, because right now we're paying electric bills at 7 properties. We want people to come in and we want to be able to take the pressure off so that they can focus on getting well. Every person who lives in our property gets mental health counseling because they need it. We want them well, spirit, soul, and body. That's not free. So help us cover those costs so we can focus on developing people instead of spending our time focusing on paying bills, so that we can make a difference and change lives one person at a time. That's who Ripple Effects. That's who we are. And we are boots on the ground.
Thank you, Keisha. I love your passion and your energy, and I love the idea about sponsoring a senior citizen or adopting a senior citizen. It's really easy to say, I want to help, I'm able to help, I don't know how, and it seems very overwhelming. You think you might have to commit, you know, every Saturday you're going to go to some place and help. But, you know, if you think about just one family or one senior citizen and kind of dropping off goods to a friend's house here and there, but it changes that person's life and like you said, helps one person at a time, and it helps the community not be so stretched. And you are the pencil to connect the dots. So if anybody needs help knowing, again, kind of like OIC, what's the next step? Where do I go? I don't know what to do. Either of these places would be wonderful places to start. But it's a very needed thing just to give families a breather so that they can get a plan in place instead of always being so reactionary, and helping put those resources together. So
Erin, this is the chamber. I just have a question for Keisha that just came in live, and it's a good question. We
Sure.
need those boots on the ground t-shirts. How can we get one?
We have some at the office. Just let us know. We may have your size. If not, we have another order going in a couple of weeks. But yes, let us know your size. We may have some available. They're $15.
Okay, so that's 252-200.
200-4885. Give our office a call. You might can pick it up today.
Awesome, thank you.
okay, we've got a couple of speakers left. We're going to go to Mr. William Johnson. He is with the, I guess, Rofelt Pasha Temple number 175. We would love to hear about the Shriners, what you do in our community, how you, I know a lot of people are familiar with Shriner hospitals. You see the Shriners at parades, but it's wonderful to know what a local chapter is doing. I'm not sure if we have William. He looks like he might be frozen. Okay. Well, we'll try and come back to William because we really want to hear from you. I know you were driving earlier, but hopefully we can get the connection issue fixed there. So we will go to Mr. Dwayne Tolan. You might not necessarily be a full community, I guess, resource or advocate, but you are certainly a wonderful business advocate. You're a CFO. You help businesses and individuals get their financial health and future kind of under control, and you get a blueprint and a plan to follow. So Mr. Tolan, you're on mute, so remember to unmute that. And tell us how you've been doing, because I know that this is probably a panicked time for many of your businesses that you work with. And how can you help, I guess, calm some of those nerves, and what are you doing to help the business and individual financial community?
Well, thank you, Erin, for that setup. My company is Tolan CFO, and in a nutshell, every successful business, whether you are nonprofit or for-profit, if you grow and are successful, then you will reach a point where you outgrow your existing business systems of accounting, IT, managing the cash, the employee payroll gets large, and you'll enter into a time when the business is no longer as successful because your growth, because you have been successful, you're straining all of your finance and administrative systems in your organization. And I've coined a term for that is what do you do when your business becomes too big to still be small, but yet you're not large enough to be big. And another term for that we use is, or I use, is no man's land. And the bad news is that, or the good news rather, is that you never reach no man's land unless your business is successful and you grow. Every successful business that's existed, from Microsoft to Starbucks or Walmart, started small, they grew, and then they reached a point where they had to change their financial and administrative and accounting platform to be able to continue to grow. And that's where I come in. It's a dangerous place when many organizations that were otherwise successful to that point can fail. And some of the symptoms, if you're in no man's land, would be cash flow problems, late or inaccurate monthly financial statements, inability to manage your balance sheet. You don't have good long-range planning, or maybe the bank is refusing to make you a loan. So those are some of the symptoms, and that's where I have a practice where I partner with businesses on a consulting basis to help them out. And right now I'm working with 6 companies, probably 3 or 4 are in this immediate area, and others are not. My background, I grew up down on the coast in a little town called Belhaven in Beaufort County, with my feet in the brown water of the Pungo River. I went to UNC back in the 70s on a Morehead scholarship, and into East Carolina, where I received my MBA and went to work with a large public accounting firm and became a CPA in 1976. So I've been a CPA for 45 years and first serving as a chief financial officer in a company setting since 1991, and then practicing doing the CFO services on a consulting basis since 1996. I tell business owners, small business owners or small businesses, that if your business was a tree, then the leader of the business, the owner or the leader of your organization, likes to look at that tree and say, look how big sales are, how many clients we're serving, or look how big around that trunk of that tree is, or how tall it is, or how wide the branches are expanding, or how many bushels of fruit we're producing. But the business owner often does not stop and reflect that if the roots of a tree are not going just as deep and spreading just as wide as the branches, then then you will come to a point at some time when the business can become unstable. And that's when you kind of have to pause. That's what I refer to no man's land. And maybe upgrade the accounting system, maybe upgrade the person doing your accounting, because you've kind of outgrown nice Mrs. Jones, who lived down the street and was willing to help you out for no cost to begin with. But now you've got 500 clients in 4 locations in 2 states, and it's, and your information is just not keeping up and providing you what you need on a timely basis to manage the organization. So so that's what no man's land is. That's what I propose, is to come alongside companies. Mostly I work with closely held family-owned businesses, and we will shore up the roots, the financial and administrative systems of a business, which is, in my analogy, would be the roots of the tree. And then once that's done and the business is back on a stable footing, then the question becomes, okay, where are you going? And do you have a financial plan to get there? And I used, I'm from the country, so I use a simple analogy of a car. And I said, if your organization was an automobile sitting on the highway, rolling down the highway at 60 miles an hour, and you're the leader of that organization, then you're sitting in the driver's seat with your hands on the wheel. But if you don't have a financial plan, then it's as if your windshield is covered and your headlights are out. And as long as the future of your business is kind of sort of going to be like the past, in other words, changes when they happen are fairly slow and then you can react to them, then you're probably kind of sort of going to be okay. But that's just not the real world. We've seen, downturns in 2007, 8, 9. We've seen this shutdown that we just had. And so what a business should do is develop a financial plan. And that's where really I provide the best value add to any organization is a strategic financial planning. And so Aaron referred to it, but you have a blueprint as a design to build a business. Well, I develop blue plans as, a blueprint is a guide to build a building. And so a blue plan, I help businesses to build as a guide to grow their business. So the business owner will say, well, here's where we've come from, here's where we are today, and here's where we want to go. Then we will put together a 60-month plan, month by month, income statements and balance sheets of what it would look like to get there and what cash flow is going to need to either be contributed to the organization, or if the organization is profitable, what the cash maybe distributions out to the investors, to the owners of the business might be. And so that's a blue plan. The first 12 months of that becomes your budget, your monthly budget for your income statements and your balance sheet. And then when your monthly financials come off the system, then we compare them to each month of the budget, one by one. Where are we over, where are we under, and why, and what do we need to do about it? And so that's kind of like management 101. So right now I'm serving 6 companies. The largest that I serve is probably 25% of my income for the year, and we just sold that company on July the 17th. So right now I do have capacity for serving some additional companies. Got a couple proposals out, but that's what I do, how I do it. My phone number is 252-903-5310, 252-903-5310, and you can find me on LinkedIn. I have a website, www.tolancfo.com, or email Dwayne Tolan. It's displayed on the screen at tolancfo.com. So I'd be glad to entertain any questions.
I don't know if I can't see the
I
news.
don't have any questions at this time, but we'll definitely send them via email if we do.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Dwayne. And if you're a business out there and you find yourself navigating some financial new ground and you need some help, or things have just gotten a little bit more than what you can handle, please contact Dwayne Tolan for your needs. Like you said, he's got some capacity, and you know, finances are one of those things. I'm not going to mess with electricity in my house. I'm going to call an electrician, and I'm going to call someone that knows what they're doing when it comes to the finances of a business. So thank you for your time this morning and being with us. And it looks like we have William Johnson back. And Mr. Johnson, you're on mute, so we're going to need you to unmute so we can hear about all the wonderful things that you all are doing. Whoops. There we go, at your temple. And I know from some of the things that I have found, it says that you're fraternal Shriners and you embrace all the basic fundamental concepts of the Masonic order, but with more colorful and a broader spectrum. So tell us how you help our community and what's going on with you all during this time of COVID.
Good morning, everyone. Currently, we're joining with the James Mercer Foundation, and what they do is they give out a lot of food boxes and meals and stuff, and we're a community-based charity, and we're joining with them trying to help food, and we give out donations to clothes and the veterans. We work with the veterans also, because I'm a member of the American Legion. We work with the veterans trying to help them out. And also, I was listening to some of the other members earlier about needing help, or if you need help giving out anything, or giving out boxes, or just doing something for the community. Get me on email at bj56termite.pass@gmail.com. And we'll see, can we come and assist you in anything you need for us to do. So we're community-based, and we're trying to get out of the community and do as much as we can while this COVID is going on. And even after COVID is over, we'll help you. No charge, no nothing. We just like to help people. And that's what we do. But right now, we're trying to get with the James Mercer Foundation. They give out about 8,000 pounds of food every second Tuesday and every second Tuesday and fourth Tuesday. So we're helping them out. and anybody else that we need to help out. We give out but I we're here to help one that needs help. And if we want to go beyond that, we want to help where we can help and stay in touch with everyone. And that's basically what we do. A whole lot of donations, do a lot of donations. And we also do scholarship donations. Also, we do scholarship for high school kids that are coming out of high school. And right now, we just gave out scholarships to a couple of high school kids.
We're having a little bit of a break up there. So I'm not sure if everybody heard a complete list of what you can offer. But what I heard from William is that they're providing a lot of meals. They partner with community-based churches and organizations to help do distribution. They work with veterans. If you need help with any type of distribution or delivery, they'll help you at no charge. They give out over 8,000 pounds of food, I believe he said weekly, and scholarships to high school kids. He did mention his email address. It was a little bit broken. That's B as in boy, J as in John, 56, termite.pest@gmail.com. And his phone number is 252-314-9633. That's the Rofelt Pasha Temple number 175. So if any of our businesses, I always like having multiple folks on the call because it's nice to see everyone that can kind of collaborate that's on the current call and where those wheels start spinning of other businesses that you've heard present and how certain folks can maybe fit together. So it sounds like, Keisha, you could have some help with distributing there, and you know, really anybody in the community that's doing community outreach and advocacy. It's always hard to reach everybody that has a need. So if you know of someone that has a need and maybe doesn't have the resources to see this or to make the call for themselves, if you could reach out to that individual or to the organization directly and maybe they could reach out to someone, that would be great if you could just get those calls in, and our pencils out there will help connect the dots. We've heard a lot of wonderful organizations and people today to help with personal need as well as business needs. Desiree, did you have anything from the chamber that you wanted to follow up with, or?
No, thank you very much to all of our organizations. OIC, thank you, Dr. Roberts. And thank you so much for you guys to continue COVID testing that you guys have been doing. Please reach out to OIC to get more information on that. Of course, thank you to Keisha Spivey with Ripple Effects. They definitely put the boots on the ground. They're doing a lot of community work, and we definitely appreciate that. Thank you, Lisa Wooten, with the work that you guys are doing. I know it's very difficult during this time, you know, with COVID, but we definitely appreciate the work that you continue to do. And you guys, please reach out to organizations like TCI, because you just don't know how much they help our community, because it might be one of those organizations where you might think they're doing something and they're doing a gamut of things that definitely help our community. And also thank you, Dwayne Tolan, I apologize, I want to say Tolan CFO, sorry. But we thank you for your services as well. Definitely your service is needed right now, especially to our small businesses, making sure they have that blue plan, not just a blueprint to where they want to go. So thank you again, everyone. Also to Mr. Johnson, I know he's not on the call, but Rofelt definitely does a lot of work in the community. You know, during Christmas time, they give out multiple gifts to kids. Throughout the year, they give out multiple things to the community. And definitely please reach out to them, you know, on a even if you want to do on a volunteer basis. I know they need volunteers to help get all of the good work they're doing in the community. If you want to join in on Friday roll call, please call me at 252-973-1202. We definitely want to keep getting updates from the community during COVID to see what everybody's doing. See also how you can give back, because it's not always about, doing the work. It's also helping someone that's doing the work that you can't reach out with your own two hands. But again, thank you, Erin, for joining and being our host with the most. So we definitely appreciate that as well. So I hope everybody has an awesome Friday.
I have a quick question for Dr. Roberts. When people come for COVID testing, if they do the drive-through from 2 to 4, do they have to have any type of referral or something where a doctor says, yes, you need to be tested, or can they just drive up if they feel like they're having symptoms?
They can just drive up if they feel like they're having symptoms, have their ID card and their insurance card if they have one.
Okay.
We've lifted all restrictions of you can pre-register. That is on our website, and that just makes your time quicker in the drive-through line, but there's no appointment, no referral. Just come on through and let us take care of you.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
You're
And
welcome.
I hope everyone has a great Friday and a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Same to you.
Thank you.